Hi, I'm Richard. I'm a coach and I'm co-founder of the Conscious Life Collective. And we support people along the path to personal mastery. And simply saying, personal mastery is living a life well lived. And it's the process of the inner work for outer change. And so breathwork sits at the very, very beginning of that, all bundled up within self-care. And breathwork, this is where we encourage people to go to start with, is beginning a breathwork practice. That's crucial and the kind of the fundamental start point to developing a self-care practice, but also progressing along the path to personal mastery. And so in today's video, I'm going to teach you why breath is so important and how it works. I'm going to teach you a little about stress and recovery in a very, very simple way. But most importantly, you're going to leave with some breathing techniques that you can use in your life immediately. And you're going to kind of guide you through some so you can feel them live. You can come along, breathe with me and feel the effects for yourself. So yeah, all you need to do to start with is get yourself comfortable. I love kneeling. I feel that allows me to breathe openly. My diaphragm moves really well. I use blocks, as you can see. You could sit perfectly in a cross-legged, or you can sit on a chair, or you can lay down. Whatever is best for you. There's no perfect right way. Just whatever allows you to sit comfortably, but also to have a straight spine. And so breath is so powerful because it gives us control of our internal world. And one description of this process, or summing this process up, is by Dr. Andrew Huberman, and he describes fear in a really interesting way. So fear to him is anxiety plus uncertainty equals fear. And so to break that down a little bit, uncertainty is, we're living in uncertainty right now. I mean, we live in uncertainty every single day, but we have the perception that we have control. But uncertainty is all of the unknowns, will our jobs be safe? The list could go on, it could be financial uncertainty, it could be health uncertainty, it could be relationship uncertainty, the list goes on. We have very little control over that, very, very, very little control over it. The anxiety is physiology, our physiological responses to everything. And so an anxious state is our internal world, see that? And so although we may not be able to take control of our external uncertain environment, we can take control of our anxiety and kind of what's going on within us. And so the best way of doing that is through a breathwork practice. And so the reason breathing is so powerful is because it's giving us control of our nervous system. And so simply our nervous system is made up of two branches, I suppose. We've got sympathetic, so stress. You may have heard of stress, fight, flight, freeze. And then we have our parasympathetic, so rest, recovery, digestion, immune function, that kind of thing. And so we switch between the two all day long. It's not like we need to stay in rest, digest. That's unproductive. We need stress. It's a good thing. We become focused. We get things done. We become driven. The problem is when we get stuck in stress. So we could get stuck in stress for a million different reasons. Could well be from trauma in the past. We learn to live a certain way and then we're constantly on edge. We're hyper vigilant all the time. So our nervous system is on this chronic fibrillation of stuck in this sympathetic response. And so we get a release of stress hormones. Our heart rate is higher than it should be. Our blood pressure increases. We're kind of ready to act, ready to take action. And that action is no different physiologically between an actual life threat or a bad email or an argument with a spouse or whatever. An emotional response is causing us a stress response. When we're in recovery or parasympathetic state, it allows our body to enter into a healing state. And the reason it enters into a healing state is because our immune system is allowed to operate. When we're stressed, when we need to take action, it's counterintuitive. It's not productive for us to be able to divert our energy into immune function. So a real life example of this would be, have you had that time where you've been so busy leading up to a holiday period, maybe Christmas, and you've been busy squeezing work in and relationship duties and house duties and all that kind of stuff, you get to the holidays, you have time to rest, and then you get sick. That's an example of kind of when the body's allowed to enter into a repair state. So, by taking control of our breath, we can switch ourselves from a stress state into a parasympathetic state, a rest digest. And so I'm going to teach you a couple of really simple things that you can get on with today. And so the first thing is, how do we breathe properly? You know, I see very, very often that when you become a bit more attuned to this, you can see people's body language, you can see how people move, you can see how people breathe. And an anxious breathing pattern is very chesty, it's very short, shallow, choppy. And so to help give you some feedback on how you're breathing, you're going to use your hands for the first one. So hands like that. I need to find your chest bone. So you've got your collarbone, chest bone here, the hard bone in your chest. And at some point you're going to get to a soft point. Mine's here. And then it's going to go down. You found your ribs, and now work your hands down your ribs. And then they're going to start to tuck around your sides and around your back. And so this part of your hand is going to go at the base of those ribs. And so I'm kind of literally coming in here, trying to relax my shoulders as much as possible. And I want you to breathe into your hands. So yes, we need to come out, but we also need to come sideways and a little bit through your back. And so I just want you to, if you want to close your eyes, close your eyes. And just begin to feel your breath. So when you breathe in, I want you to feel yourself expand into your hands. And when you exhale, that expansion drops. And breath in. Feeling your hands. And exhale, relax. Okay, keep this up. Another breath in. And exhale. Just softening as you exhale. Keep your breath. Using your hands as a guide. Okay, we'll do two more. Breath in. Exhale. Last one. Breath in. Exhale. And that's something you can come to at any point during the day. You've got that feedback to allow you to kind of help you find that place, that reconnection to your breath. Diaphragm breathing. You know that you're breathing through your diaphragm when you're getting movement through your abdomen. So diaphragm is a big muscle that comes up like that, like a dome-shaped muscle or relaxed. When we breathe in, it flattens, it contracts because our lungs inflate. And then when we exhale, it relaxes. And so that's why diaphragm breathing is, these hands are giving you a cue for that. When we're anxious, we're not doing that very well. We are short, shallow, choppy breath. Like I ask you to bring awareness to next time you are feeling stressed, and just what is your breath doing? Are you even breathing? Maybe you're holding your breath. Maybe you're kind of really shallow breathing. And kind of this is, you know, a really good place to start to bring awareness to when you're stressed. Yes, that the reason you're stressed is always going to be there. And as long as it's not life-threatening, learning to steer your attention away from it into your body is exceptionally powerful, because we can scan what's going on within our body, and we can kind of listen to our body, and we can respond to that. Once we're lost in our head, we're going to be in the story of whatever's happening, and we can't come to a resolution from that place. So that's the first one, reconnecting to your breath. The second thing we're going to do today, I didn't mention it, but you probably saw me doing it. I was breathing through my nose. Another powerful way of helping switch into that rest digest. And there are a few reasons, really simple reasons. Firstly, it helps us engage our diaphragm. Secondly, it helps us release a chemical called nitric oxide, and it just helps with vasodilation. And all that means is it improves our circulation, and we absorb more oxygen that way. So we breathe in air, we predominantly 3 gases, and so the gas we want to use is oxygen as we breathe in, and when we exhale, we're breathing out carbon dioxide. And it's completely normal. But using our nose is going to help us absorb more oxygen with each inhale. So again, we're going to come to that breath again, reconnection of breath. Hands if you want to. Find those ribs at the bottom. And then if you weren't before, then breathing through your nose this time. Again, if you want to close your eyes, please close your eyes, and just, I'll guide it every rep. Okay, inhale. Three more. Two more. Last one. So just pay attention to how you feel now. You know, what has changed for you? How did that feel? If that's the first time you've done that, how did that feel? And I can tell you, learning these techniques are really, really simple. And if it's brand new, then it's going to feel a little bit strange taking control of your breath. But trust it. Trust your body. Your mind and your body are one. They're not separate. I see very often the disconnection between body and mind. And the more practice we bring in our awareness back into our body, that connection strengthens again. So our natural state of being is to be a one complete ecosystem. The body and mind are one tool, one unit, but we get disconnected from it at an early age, many of us. And so the skill of learning to reconnect with that is a powerful one to begin to nurture. So we've reconnected our breath using our hands. We've done nasal breathing, number 2. And so the third one today, I'm just going to give you, last one. We're going to just breathe in a certain breathing pattern. We're going to go a breath in, a breath hold, and a breath out. And just a simple technique called 4-7-8. So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold our breath for 7 seconds. And we're going to exhale for 8 seconds. And I'm going to guide it. You can tune out if you want to, or you can close your eyes and not worry about counting. Just listen to the guidance and listen to my breath. And stick with me if you can. If it's too slow for you, if you want to change the ratio of that for you, or the speed for you, then please go ahead. It's not a count of seconds. It's a 4 count, a 7 count, an 8 count. And this is the last one today. There'll be more coming up in the coming weeks. But just see how you go with this one. And I'm going to guide it. And again, invite you to close your eyes, ideally through your nose, using your hands if you want to, as that feedback tool. Okay. And I'm going to guide it. First, inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Hold. Exhale. And then return back to your breath. And just spend a moment tuning into what's changed for you. How you feel maybe emotionally, how you feel physically in your body. And so that's a really simple introduction to breathwork. That's as simple as it is. It's not complicated at all. It's just being mindful and taking control of how we breathe. And there are many, many different ways, but this is a really good 3 simple things that you can do on a daily basis. You could do that every time you wake up in the morning. Before you check your phone, you could kind of sit on the edge of bed and just enter into 5 rounds of that before you go to bed. Same thing. And whenever you're feeling stress build in your life that you don't want it to be there, or if you come out of a stressful event, an interview, a meeting, after an argument, or ideally, as you sense that argument building, pause with a breath practice. So there's some suggestions. Please let me know how you found that. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe and click the bell so you can be notified when we release more videos just like this. They're coming over the next few weeks. And please leave a comment. Like, what do you think of this? Is this helpful for you? Would you like to see something else? Please give us some feedback so we can respond. We do like responding to our community and going forward with this. So thank you for joining me today, and see you on another episode.